Hey everyone, this is a Talking Disaster, and I'm John O'Brien. This episode will not be about the NFL. This podcast is also about movies and music. I've kind of forgot about that, but there has been some movies coming out, and there has been some music coming out. I do have an HBO Max account, and Clint Eastwood dropped his new movie, Cry Macho. This will now be my review of Cry Macho. I was really looking forward to this movie. I love Clint Eastwood as a director and an actor. I think he's had some very great movies. He can really have a grasp of what the feel of a movie should be. Like example, Richard Jewell, Sully, American Sniper, Gran Torino, Unforgiven. He can do really a lot of things, a lot of different type of things. And I'm sad to say I was really disappointed with this movie. Um, there are a lot of problems with it, and I'll get into them shortly. But let's be positive first. Let's be positive. Let's be nice. Let's be nice. I didn't have to go. Let's be nice first. Some pros of the movie. I would say it's well directed for the most part. There are some directing issues that I will get into after, but the overall look and the feel and the way the camera moves is nice. The cinematography is also a plus. um there's some very cool shots, some very good looking shots in this movie, and Clint Eastwood is great. This man is 91 years old and still acting, so I think we need to take it a little easy on his performance. Even though it's not nearly as great as he was in Unforgiven or Gran Torino or The Mule. Like, come on. But he's still out here doing this, and it's very impressive. So, with the pros out of the way, let's get right into the cons. The dialogue is bad. The dialogue is cheesy. It can be very stupid at times. There's some good. I laughed like twice, probably. But overall, the dialogue is not great. The acting, besides Clint, there's some really, really annoying characters in this movie, especially the boy Clint is with the entire time. Um, you know, he's a child actor, which, we can't be that harsh on child actors. He's still young, still has obviously a long time to improve, but his performance in this is just like, it's like Shakespearean, and it does not. He like looks at the camera or looks away with that like dramatic glare and says stuff that like should mean something, but it doesn't. And it's really cheesy, and it's really annoying. It's really annoying. Really fast. Let me describe a scene that actually happens in this movie. Kind of a spoiler, not really at all. So I'll just go with it. There's this girl, this little girl that they are eating with, and she's doing sign language to Clint Eastwood's character, and Clint does something back with sign language, and he looks at Clint and goes, "Is she deaf?" And that was, now I said I laughed twice in the movie. That was like actually things like you were supposed to laugh at. That part I actually like was crying laughing. There's a lot of moments like that in the movie. Is she deaf? With like this like dramatic look. It's like, what? Um, let me describe another moment that's really funny in the movie. The action scenes in this are very, very, very subpar, and that's where the directing issues come in for me. The action scenes are not good. They're not good. And there's a scene where the kid and Clint Eastwood are fighting, and Clint Eastwood, bless his heart, he's like this. For people listening, he's got his fists up. He's got his fists up, and he's doing that like old man boxer thing. He's like doing this little like that old man boxer thing. He was on like Ron Swanson's poster and Parks and Rec, like that guy. and he kind of like swings at him and goes, and the kid goes, "You move fast for an old man." And I was like, oh God. I started laughing again. That part's really funny. The pacing of this movie. This also falls into the plot because the plot is not very actually, you know what? The plot is kind of okay, but the way it's executed is very poor. You know, it's a travel movie. So you got to get him and go to point A, point B, all that stuff. That's pretty basic. So like, it's not that bad, but the pacing of it, holy crap. There is probably an hour of this movie where nothing happens. It's like, oh my God, this movie's an hour and 40 minutes too. So you have like an hour. There's, they learn to ride a horse. They don't ride the horse for anything meaningful. He just learns how to ride a horse. It's just, there is just so much that does not need to be in this movie. And that also, that impacts the pacing, because it's like you have this like okay scene where like something serious happens, and then for the next 30 minutes you're just sitting there wondering if you're like, oh my God, get on with it, please. And that's really where my issues fall with this movie. I think there could have been better effort, and it's kind of a snoozer, guys. It's really disappointing to see this from Clint Eastwood, but if I had to score this movie, I'd give it about a 4 out of 10. I was really disappointed. I was really looking forward to this because I love Clint Eastwood so much, but this movie just doesn't do it. It's bad. It's bad. So let's get into music now. Baby Keem dropped an album about 2 weeks ago now. It's called The Melodic Blue, and I wanted to give my thoughts on it. But before I do, I want to take an apology to Drake, because there are some really good songs on Certified Lover Boy, and I think the score I gave it was too low. So I'm going to bump it up to a 6 out of 10 instead of out of 5, I believe is what I gave it. So let's get into The Melodic Blue. There are some really good tracks on here. There's some really bad ones, I think. Some really annoying songs on here. And then there's some really funny moments. Some of you who know about this album probably know what the funny moments are. Let's get into the best tracks. Trademark USA. Pretty basic banger. Pretty good song. Pretty good intro for the album too. Scapegoats. I love the sample on Scapegoats. Range Brothers. Now, you might be wondering why I have this on the best tracks. I don't listen to this religiously or anything. I actually do think it's a pretty good song until Kendrick's second part comes in. Hold on. Let's get this shit. Yeah, you probably seen that part. You probably heard that part. And that part is literally one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life. The first time I heard it, I was like, no, you can't, no, this can't be real. I think the funniest part, honestly, though, like isn't even in it, that's not even the part of where he says top of the morning. It's the ad-libs after. The ad-libs are so funny, and the way he says it is so funny. He goes, he's Baby Keem. She's hot. We're not the Waynes. He says it just like that. He has this like country twang to him, and I was literally like crying laughing listening to it. It's really funny. But okay, so let's move past Range Brothers. Issues. Pretty good song. I actually like Baby Keem when he's kind of going slower, kind of like a more melodic. It's in the name, Melodic Blue. I think Issues is a good example of that. It's got that like feel like Honest had off of his first project. And that's probably one of my favorites off the album. Scars is a good song. I like that song. Family Ties, of course. That's where Kendrick and Baby Keem are kind of in their bag there. Let's see, Do Rag Activity, kind of older song now, but it's still on the album with Travis Scott. Pretty good song. Travis kind of carries the song, though. He's definitely the highlight of the song. Vent is towards the end of the album, and I thought that was I don't know why people aren't talking about that collab more. This song leaked like a year ago or something, and I think it's a very entertaining song, very good hook from Kendrick, and pretty good verses from Baby Keem as well. Boo Man's a good song. And then the closing track, 16, I also like that song as well. Let's get to the worst tracks now. The worst tracks are South Africa, Pink Panties, Lost Souls, and Coco with Don Toliver. Most of these songs, Coco and Lost Souls, I'm just like, those were just so boring, honestly. And the one with Don Toliver, I was really upset about because Don Toliver and Baby Keem seemed like a duo that would be great together, but it just didn't work on the song. Let's see, Pink Panties in South Africa, I just found excruciatingly annoying, and this is where the album really kind of falls off for me because the tracks, the way they're sequenced, it's when these songs come on, it really just slows. It's just everything in the album just comes to a complete stop, and then it just really impacts the album in a bad way for me. And yeah, like I said, best song, Family Ties. Most disappointing song is Coco for me, and I'm gonna give this album a 6 out of 10. Some really high points, some really low points, and Baby Keem definitely showed his potential though, which is a good thing, and I think he'll be around for a long time. Kendrick will definitely have some influence on that, but I think he is a very unique artist. The Kanye influences, the Playboi Carti influences, and the Kendrick influences, of course. He's a very talented producer, and yeah, I think he'll be around music for a long time. So let's get into, where's my, I'll just show you guys some music I've been listening to lately. Let's talk about TV first, actually. I just finished season 1 of Succession on HBO Max. If you haven't seen Succession, please watch it. I heard somebody say it's like Game of Thrones, but like in modern day times. I think that's a pretty good way to describe it. A lot of bad people doing bad shit. And it's a very entertaining show. It's very well written. So many great character moments in it. And the acting is fantastic. So check that out if you haven't. Let's see. What songs have I been listening to? Big Persona, Maxo Cream, Tyler the Creator. Great song. Some songs off the Lil Nas X album. I listened to it. I just thought it was okay. You know, pop music's really not my thing. He's got some really good songs on there though. Industry Baby, obviously. And I really like the song Dead Right Now, was the second track off the album. Let's just make sure real quick. Yeah, it was the second track off the album. Industry Baby, Jack Harlow, great song. Yeah, everything else. I really like Lil Nas X when he's making songs like Industry Baby, Panini, all that stuff. I also liked Dollar Sign Slime with Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion had some questionable ass shit she was saying on there, but pretty good song, pretty entertaining song, kind of the same feel and vibe of Industry Baby. Let's see here. What other songs have I been listening to? Meet Again by Maxo Cream. I didn't really know that song very well. It's a good song. Let's see. Toby Lou. If you haven't checked out Toby Lou, I highly recommend you do. Wide Open is a new song that dropped by him. And I've also been listening to Buff Baby by him. That's his most popular song. Another good Toby Lou song is 2 Hours. 2 Hours is a good song. Check that out if you haven't. I highly recommend it. Let's see what other songs. I've been listening to a lot of King's Disease 2 by Nas and Donda still. Some songs I've been listening to off those albums: Store Run, um, Heaven and Hell, Hurricane, Off the Grid, Jonah, Believe What I Say. Yeah, those are all great songs. Repeat It, Lil Tecca and Ghana, that's a good song. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it for music I've been listening to. Let's see, what else is coming out soon? Dune is coming out soon. New movie from Denis Villeneuve. That will be on HBO Max. Venom 2 is coming out. See, here's the thing, guys. I don't have money or time to go to a movie theater. So, you see, I love movies, and I think the more they exclusively release them in theaters is a good thing. I really do, because I think going straight to HBO Max actually hurts them in the long run and hurts movies as a whole, because movies are supposed to be in a theater. They're not supposed to release on that TV right there. So I am ashamed that I watch it on HBO Max, but it's just so much more convenient, and it really sucks. Honestly, it really sucks to say that, but that's kind of just how it is. Yeah, I'll let you guys know. I'll try to do more stuff like this. It's just like you have to like really have something to talk about. And with the NFL, I could just talk about the NFL like right now. I could just keep talking about it. It's just so easy to talk about. Hockey season is back. Hockey training camp starts today. Evgeny Malkin, Penguins fans, Evgeny Malkin is going to be out for the first 2 months of the season. Sidney Crosby will probably miss the start. That means Jeff Carter and Teddy Bluger are going to be the first 2 centers. Yay. But oh well. I'm happy it's coming back. So thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for watching. Look out for some new episodes next week. And take it easy. Thank you for listening and watching always.